Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Smythe. In today's video, we'll be creating a chord progression behind the melody and the drum beat that we did in the last two videos. So let's just take a listen to what we have. We had a melody in the key of C over this pretty cool drum beat. Let's take a listen. I'm going to load in a synth pad. And so I'm just going to go back into the search bar and type in synth pad. And you know, I think I'm going to go with chill wave pad. I do like chill wave. Let's hear what this sounds like. Sounds cool to me. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about chord progressions and how we can build them around what we have. So like I mentioned, our song is in the key of C major. All right. So last video we talked about the C major scale, which you remember is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. In the major scale, when we're talking about chords, we often refer to each step of the major scale as a number. All right. So in the key of C, we'll start with the root, which is C. We refer to that as the 1. Then there's D, which is the 2, E, the 3, F, the 4, G, the 5, A, the 6, B, the 7, and C, which puts us right back at 1. When we're talking about the major scale and in a major key, there's a chord that goes for each one of these steps in the major scale, right? And so that makes up what we call the chord scale, all right? So in the major chord scale, the 1 is major. So in C, that would be C major, all right, which is C, E, G. Then we have D minor, which is the 2, which is D, F, A, E minor, E, G, B. Then we have, and that was the 3. Then we have F major, which is the 4, F, A, C. G major, the 5, G, B, D. A minor, A, C, E. And then B diminished, B, D, F. All right, then it returns back to the 1, of course. All right, so what you should always remember is that in every major scale, in every chord scale, right, the 1 is major, the 4 is major, and the 5 is major. The 2 is minor, the 3 is minor, the 6 is minor, and the 7 is diminished. All right. So that's a lot of music theory to sort of grasp at once. But once you get it down, it can really help you create chord progressions. All right. So a chord progression is just a series of chords that you repeat. And it's pretty much the backbone behind all popular songs. So some popular chord progressions are 1, 5, 6, 4, 6, 4, 1, 5. You've got 1, 6, 2, 5. I'll just play a few examples for you. All right. So one other thing to note is that chord progressions are often, most of the time, written in Roman numeral, where the major chords are uppercase Roman numeral and the minor chords are lowercase Roman numeral, and the diminished chord is a lowercase Roman numeral with a circle. All right, so we're going to play a 1, a 1-5-6-4 chord progression, right? So that would be the major 1 chord, the major 5 chord, the minor 6 chord, and the major 4 chord. I'll be doing this in the key of C. So it's going to be C major, G major, A minor, F major. Let's take a listen. Cool. So that's one of those chord progressions that you'll hear everywhere. All right. Let's try 6-4-1-5. And again, remember the 6 is minor, 4 is major, the 1 is major, and the 5 is major. It's gonna be A minor, F major, C major, G major. Let's try it. G major. So now before I record, I also want to make a note that I'm probably going to be using what we call inversions. All right. So the basic versions of these chords we would call triads. C major, D minor, G major, F major. All right. So triad just means 3. It means that there's 3 notes in the chord. All right. An inversion is when you take a chord and you sort of flip it on its head. All right. So instead of starting C major on C, we would start C major on E, right? And move the C to the top of the chord, to that leading note. So what this does, it helps sort of keep continuity and keep a smooth top line to the chord progression. All right. So I also might be adding a few extra notes in there, like with my C major, instead of maybe doing just maybe a second inversion, I might add that root note back in there. So there'll be 2 C's in the chord like this. Just some things to look out for, but the progression is going to be A minor, F major, C major, and G major. All right. So let's hit record and let's track this out. By now, you already kind of know the drill. I'm just going to go in and quantize this. So I think my setting for my quantize is going to be half notes, since all these chords are being played in half notes, the timing of the chords. So I'm going to select half. All right. Let's hear. Cool. All right, so now the last piece to this, we are going to add synth bass. All right. So I'm here in the search on the far right, and I'm just looking for synth bass. Let's see something that sounds interesting. Bad buzz. I don't like the idea of buzz. 50. Does it say 50 fat? Maybe no. Minimal mod. I like minimal things. I love minimal. So let's see what this sounds like. Love it. All right. So a quick and easy way to determine what your bass line will be is to look at the chord progression, right? Our chord progression is 6. Sorry, this is sort of what we do when I'm playing live and communicating with musicians. We usually hold up numbers. Numbers go up to 7. So this would be 1 on our index finger, right? 6 would be with the pinky finger. So just out of habit, so You see my hands doing something funny. This is what 6 means. All right. So it's kind of cool because it kind of looks like a 6, you know? Anyway, our chord progression is 6, 4, 1, 5. All right. So remember, what is 6, 4, 1, 5? If we were to take those notes out of the C major scale, what would they be? A, F, C, and G. So for our bass line, we'll keep it real simple. We'll just play those as half notes. All right. So let's go in and let's record. All right. Again, quantize will be saving us for now. Yeah, here we go. So let's hit Command A. And we're going to quantize by half note here. And let's play it back. All right, so I think that's pretty solid. We got a pretty cool chord progression there. I think it's pretty catchy. The melody is very singable to me, and the bass line is solid. So last thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go in and label all of these tracks since I had not done that before. I'm going to call this synth lead, synth pad, and synth bass. All right. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. So our beat is pretty much almost finished. We've got a beat laid down, a drum beat laid down. We've got bass, chord progression, and melody. So in the next video, we'll be talking about mixing down using effects like compression and reverb to give our song a unique feel. And then after that, we'll be arranging and bouncing our song out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.